Gino, I am not getting in that lake. Did you never see the movie Coco Drive?
Coco Dive.
Coconut Drive.
Jasmine.
Crocodile?
What's that? Crocodile? Coco. Gino. Coco Dive.
Coco Drive.
Coco Drive.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
That's ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé. Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown. 90-day Fiancé. Marrying someone you only met on your phone. Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's reality gaze. Let's love.
I really just enjoyed Coco Drive.
So
Coco the
is it
dog
Coco
driving
the
the
dog
car.
try in a lake killing people.
But that was what he said. Coco Drive.
Coco.
I like. He really. I've not heard of such a film.
This is when people say they don't want to see Gino and Jasmine. To you, I say you're not getting it.
I say, fie upon you.
Five.
This is hey, and we'll take what we can get.
It'll take what we can get.
Y'all, without Gino and Jasmine this season, it would be bleak.
It would be bleak. This is Reality Gaze. This is our happily ever after coverage. We're two
Happily
gay
ever
men.
after? With the question mark?
It's got a new font this year too.
I noticed that.
I like it. It looks kind of like the fairy tale font. I like it. We are two gay men who talk way too long about shows that aren't that important. So that's why we have to do this one 90-minute show in two parts, an hour and a half each. So that's how we roll. So that's what you're getting.
I
if you're new to us.
disagree. I don't think we're talking too long.
So I'm Maddie. That's Poodle. This
Hello.
is
Hello.
season 8, episode 1, our part 2, Once Upon a Rocky Relationship. Now, if they name every episode Once Upon blah, blah, blah.
It's fairy tales.
then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's fairy tales.
Then fine. It's better than what they had on Sing Alive of fucking, I don't know, Natalie makes a decision.
Debbie has a yeast infection.
That would be interesting, at least. Anyway, y'all, if you want to hear the show without commercials, you can jump onto our RG Plus on the Smorgasbord tier. You can go to patreon.com/realitygaze. You can go to our Supercast, or you can just click. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, you can just click on that little thing right there. And it will take you to it. I will say, by the time, because I'm going to set this week, hopefully by the time this podcast airs, you will be able to incorporate Patreon into your Spotify.
Wow.
So hopefully, I'm just going to, now that Love is Blind is done, I'm just going to pull the trigger and just do it and just see where the chips fall.
Pull the pin and the grenade and see what happens.
Y'all, I got it. Y'all, Poodle and I, we were talking earlier and we got snappy at each other and we realized we're just so tired of making plans after plans after plans and
having it blow up in our face.
So that's it. We're going to be on tour. Come see us. We've made plans.
What could go wrong? Maybe the air conditioning goes out in the theater in Columbus. I don't know.
The air conditioning goes out in a plane and I'm sitting by you on a cross-country flight. Y'all, the plane's going down because Poodle will take that shit out.
No, I'll pull off that door like the door fell off.
I'll be terrified.
It'll be a plane. I've been in a plane where the air conditioning has not worked before. I've been in a plane where I've said, it is hot in here. Can someone, and they're like,
you say that in every plane.
That's true. I've been to some planes where it's been cold, but for some reason, for me, it's always hot where I am.
Ah,
Um, and I've said, and someone said, "Oh, someone just told me they were cold at the front of the plane," and I went, "Well, everyone here is hot."
you spoke for everyone.
I spoke for everyone around me, and they all kind of looked at me.
You sound like somebody. I got a very strong email from someone who said they were hot. They said they were hot.
A
lot of
friend
experts.
told me. Someone said to me last week. I met a woman. She told me. Yeah. Oh God, the worst feeling is being in a tight space where there's just no circulating air.
It's the worst. It is the worst. Anyway, what else is going
We're
on?
on tour. Yes, y'all, all of our tour dates that have been announced are on sale. Austin, most recently. Austin on May 29th at the State Theater. You can buy tickets on the link tree of our Instagram, which is Reality Gaze Podcast. If you don't follow us on Insta, please do that.
Please do that.
We have you would be breaking Christina and Caitlin's hearts because they do some of the finest meme and comedy work out there on our Instagram.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't make a joke about that because they actually do.
What a resounding compliment.
Yeah, it's fine. They do just a fine job. No, they're wonderful. We love them. I have been brought into the fold. Seeking Sister Wife is the garbage we all need.
I'm still not sure if I should let you be okay with this. Like, I feel like you should have to beg every single time.
No, I'm really glad I discovered it.
Yeah,
I'm really glad that I discovered the show. It's wonderful cringe. That is on our $8 cringe tier on RG Plus. The first episode we dropped a week ago for everyone, so you can get a little, just a tip, just a little bit.
And people have been talking about it. Yeah, so it's y'all. Seeking Sister Wife is bonkers this season.
It's bonkers.
The scene with this. I don't think I will ever get the phrase, just bring me a salad that's vegan and soy free. Just bring me whatever you can bring me that's vegan and soy free.
And then she picked the onions out.
And then the bitch said no onions.
It's great. It's great.
She eats iceberg and carrots.
She does. She does. All right. Anything else? I think March 23rd, you can come see Poodle Seagull show.
Yes, you can see us. Those I just got one announcement. Those it'll say there are 32 perks left. That's not true. There are only really about 3 left. So if you were waiting to buy the perk to meet us after seeing my show in Los Angeles, I would buy them soon. We only literally have enough seating for 3 more seats.
And I'm not going to see you if you don't buy a perk. I'm not.
By the way, you might not have a seat.
I don't have to see the show, right? I'm just going to sit in the back, right, and just come out, all right, in the green room, right? That's what I thought.
There is no green room. There's not this. I don't know what you think this is.
This better be. If I'm talent, this better be the conditions that I'm used to, like some wonderful city winery in Philadelphia in a boardroom where I have to walk across all of our audience members to go pee.
Yeah, you were having to give makeup advice on the way to piss. We told our ticket booker, never again. Never. I was like, I had to go to the bathroom near everyone. It means a lot. I lost my shit about that.
I can't. It's the thought of what sometimes we get nervous in a show and I've got to drop the kids off, And so what if I dropped a deuce in a bathroom and then you went in afterwards and then a sissy comes back and says, God, Maddie dropped it like it's hot in that bathroom and it hotboxed me.
Well, that's true because you have really bad digestion. So that's all true.
Oh, you can't say that. You've hotboxed my apartment the last time you were here.
It wasn't bad.
No, you did it and then left, and I had to spritz everything.
Anyway, it's fine. It's fine.
All right, we're gonna have a corners, which Poodle's gonna be talking about
Traitors
the traitors
and the regime.
Yes.
The regime. team.
All right, let's jump in, shall we, to someone that I'm not done with seeing. Oh, wait, we're not talking. I'm sorry. I wanted to already skip over Nicole and Mahmoud because now you've ruined them for me.
It's not me, it's them. You guys, if you've heard any news, there has been, I believe he was arrested for domestic violence for spousal battery.
Yes.
So
if you want to skip, we're just going to tell you
don't-
first off, if you want to skip their segments, we're going to talk about them, but you can skip them.
I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be addressed at the tell-all. I don't know how this is going to be addressed. I doubt it was filmed because this has happened recently. We haven't heard much about it. Nicole has not made a statement.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know. A lot of times, some people say, "Well, she reported it." We don't know if she did. It could have been that the neighbors called the cops. You never know. So it's nothing is we don't know a lot. We just know he was arrested.
We also know that we hopefully are not right on this because we both kind of worried about this a little bit. Their last season.
Who?
About them. About Nicole and Mahmoud. We worried about that.
It always felt... Well, he grabbed her in the street.
Yeah, that's what kind of
wrists.
Yeah. We're doing, if you want to skip them entirely, you can look at the time code show notes, or if you're listening on an Apple device, Apple Transcriptions is now out for people that are updated, the newest version.
You can see where people are. You can listen and you can follow our words.
Like a song that you listen to on Spotify or Apple, you just scroll down to where we're done talking about them and you can press the button and start there.
It doesn't do well translating Maddie. That's all I'll have to say.
You know what?
I take that as a badge. More.
I take that as a badge of honor.
Whatever. Take it however you want.
That I usually do. Sadly, that's the problem. But don't.
So Nicole's got red hair. I don't like talking about this.
I don't like talking about this at all. It is red. I have my opinions because I am a redhead. But Poodle, I want to ask you
from a bottle.
What do you mean? It is not from a bottle. It's from a box, and it says natural, so it's natural. Poodle, what color on the box color? What color do you think? You know, because they're always called different. Like mine is called Titan Blonde Red. It's a Wella. If you need
blonde
to know, everyone.
Red?
Yeah, it's a blonder red. Yeah, it's not a red. What do you think?
Yours should be called Carrot Top Special.
I like that. That's what I wanted it to do.
Hers should be called Bozo's Clown Circus. It's giving very Ronald McDonald-ish vibes.
Bright. You know, actually, there's older pictures of her when she had a little bit of darker red hair, and I actually really like that on her.
I liked the darker red that we saw her in Egypt with.
I also I really liked the cut. I think the pixie cut
much better in this than the because it looked the blonde bob just looked like a wig. It really looked like a wig.
It looked like a wig. I think she looks better too because until he gets there, she looks kind of happier.
I don't know if she knows what that is. I say that now, y'all. Remember, we speculated wildly about what trauma was there. Because there is something so dark that's happened in this woman's past. I would bet my eye teeth on it.
Well, it's not necessarily new segment worthy. I don't think it's what's their trauma, but we do find out that her mother was very critical of her. That is like that's a line out of one of those Poodles movies that Poodle likes. That's about that's like Saltburn or something. Where in the beginning 2 minutes someone says, "Well, her mother is very critical, Vanessa."
Yeah, and the understatement was dripping. I think
and she's actually a murderer. We don't know.
No, I think it was more than that. There was something going on in that family. or something happened to her as a girl. I don't know. It's that scared look in her face that is all. You know what it is? She is an animal that is always being chased. Doesn't matter where she is, even if
She's
she's
a
talking
frightened deer.
to the thrift shop employee.
Mm-hmm. She is a frightened deer.
I like
agree.
your shirt, y'all. If you live in Los Angeles, we have all seen Nicole or any version of Nicole. They're going into every thrift store on Melrose or Abbott Kinney,
Mhm.
and they're looking and they talk to the store
Or
attendants.
what's the hipster place that you want to live? Highland.
I don't know if they have tons of thrift areas in Highland
They
Park.
have a couple of those stores in
Oh,
Highland.
really?
Yeah, Highland Village. Is that where you
No,
like?
Highland Park.
Highland. I'm thinking of Atwater Village, which is
Atwater Village has a lot of that's a lot of thrifty places.
yeah.
No, this is like she is. I don't know. She must have come down from Burbank. That's where they live, y'all. They live in Burbank.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they're in Burbank.
I like Burbank.
Shut up.
Good schools.
That's what people say who don't have kids. When you're like supposed to say something.
I do
Good
that for
schools.
I do because it doesn't matter for me, but that's what everybody just.
Good schools.
I like Inglewood.
How would
not
you
good
fucking
schools.
know?
Not good schools. I don't know.
You could hear someone say that and you'd believe it. Good
Oh,
schools.
yeah. Someone could be like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, you know what? In Burbank, that's the same one they were going to put on.
Leimert Park, good schools."
No, they
sure.
put on. What was it? The principal freaked out about them putting on the Matthew Shepard play. So
Where
I don't
was
know if I
that?
would say good school Burbank.
Oh,
So
yeah.
maybe reserve comment next time someone says that.
It's a bit though. I've committed
It's
to
not
the
a bit. It's not even funny.
It's me.
So we're trying to find pajamas because Nicole's always loved fashion, and she says, "But now I can wear what I want." And
Mahmoud doesn't. Miss Mood, as we call her, y'all, Mahmoud. Miss Mood doesn't have pajamas and sleeps in wool sweaters that scratch her face.
so he just wears, as she says, his street clothes to bed, and he scratched me. And I just see her skin as being so delicate. If you touch her, she's like, "Ow!" Her skin just falls away.
That's exactly how you are.
Well, I am that delicate. That's the difference. So they're trying to get him. This is a misfire. You go to Target and buy pajamas, not thrift store pajamas, which are expensive. And she's trying to curate her life into this 1950s or 60s pattern, and it kind of makes me sick. She's not going to build the perfect American husband because he is by far he's not going to, let's say, I don't even want to use the word assimilate here because that's not going to happen. But I don't think taking Mahmoud out of Egypt is going to solve anything.
No.
He's gonna still. This is what I wrote down. Remember, y'all, this is a huge value in alignment. It's not even. She likes to wear clothes how she wears because it matches her personal style, and he has a problem with what she wears because religion.
Yeah.
Now you might say, I'm Muslim and I don't have those same issues. Doesn't matter. He thinks that you're going to get to heaven better if you wear your clothes a certain way.
Listen here, Nicole. If you want to get to heaven, you got to wear a burqa as a swimsuit now.
For those of you who know, that is from Big River.
Hey, someone's got a swimsuit. Sorry, I can't go into it all.
But regardless, so if you come at me saying, well, you don't have to do that, none of that matters. This is what he believes. These are his values.
They are his values, yes.
Yeah. And she's not going to change them.
Oh, when they did flash back to her, when she's like, I tried to live in Egypt and I couldn't do it there. And the producer the producer Rachel's always, as many times as she saying, cut to the swimsuit, cut to the swimsuit.
Yeah. I just think she's a complete fool to think that she's going to say, well, Mahmoud, once he gets to the US, he's going to realize not everyone dresses this way. It doesn't matter.
I think you maybe forgot how activated you get by Nicole because she lives in it drives you crazy how, I don't know if you're new to this podcast, but Poodle likes to think of himself as a realist, y'all. And if somebody's living in La La Land, it kind of irks her tires.
It's less about La La Land. It is making yourself the victim consistently because someone won't change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's your fault. If you're with someone, stop making yourself the perpetual victim. Remember her on the tell-all? Could you tell him that? Could you tell him that?
Yeah.
It made me. It made my blood run cold. Yeah.
Well,
I
she doesn't like being
a fan.
She doesn't like being told what to do. It's not going to go well, but she says this is their last shot. Now we see Miss Mood over in Egypt with 3 hours until his flight. This was so dramatic. The way this was filmed
with Mood Mom,
with Mood Mom, and then
Miss Mood's mom,
and then his brother, who I think is kind of hot. His brother, and then they're saying goodbye and they're crying. And then did you see the camera shot they got of the camera in the back window? It was like the end of a country song video.
Well, what this feels like to me is someone who's not ready to leave his entire family behind. And you also don't, what's missing here is you feel like he's having to do it instead of he wants to do it. And that's why it feels sad.
In some ways it's different, but that was he's having to do what she did because she didn't want to move to the US. And so
that's very true.
She was very we felt that way with her. It was very hard to watch how sad and depressed she got. And I'm assuming that Miss Mood is probably going to do the same. Although I will say, no, I won't because I can't. We spoke a little bit because remember they lived where in Egypt? There was west and then there was east.
East Cairo or it was something like that. We had a whole Chicago meme about it.
Well, because a lot of sissies, not a lot, but several Egyptian sissies told us that
parts
a lot
of Cairo
his
are extremely Western. You can do anything you want.
Parts are extremely Western, and they actually talked about, which is important, I think, to remember for new people listening. She said it's about the family and how the family looks at the religion, whether their values.
They're quite conservative. They're very conservative.
Very conservative.
Yeah, they're very conservative. Yeah,
and I think in some ways it could be maybe though. So I think in some ways it almost could be worse for him coming over here because she's just friends with a bunch of faggots, working in she is. She's
true.
Artistic. She does fashion. He's not comfortable around gay people.
Game night is just a bunch of fags and rosé.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He wouldn't be comfortable with that.
No, he's not. Well,
now, would he be able to find a mosque? Yeah, easily in Los Angeles.
But you know what? He'll start cacking on those licorice wrists, and who knows what can happen.
He would be so good in a ball.
I know.
He would be so good.
Muslim boy, first time at a ball. Category is.
I will say that was one of the most exciting parts of that Madonna concert. And when her daughter fucking vogued the house down.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember which daughter. I don't know all their names. It was one of her adoptive daughters.
Oh.
And it was great. Her oldest adopted daughter was this amazing pianist, like crazy classical pianist it was great. But when they did the ball, I was like, and Bob the drag queen was there. I saw him on Grindr later. Apparently you know what? I'm not going to read his preferences because that's for him to have private. It's not for me to say. But let's just say he doesn't like a lot of talking.
Here.
Here.
Here. So, she's talking about she said, I tried hard to establish my life in Egypt, but I couldn't, so I went back to the US. She did give it a try. I think
Twice.
it would be impossible for anyone who obviously ran away to Los Angeles to escape kind of who she thought she was, and you can tell, y'all, this person's had to change their appearance. They've had to become something.
Mhm.
And I understand that. I get that. What I won't ever understand is, and what I won't kind of like condone, is consistently making a victim out of yourself because one person won't do exactly what you want to do, that's her MO. And I just don't feel sorry for her. Anyway, what we were saying though is the mother is heartbroken. The brother is heartbroken. He is arriving today. She is making up the house with all this welcome Mahmoud and all the stuff like that. And she says his whole world is about to change. I do think he will have no problem finding a mosque in Los Angeles.
No.
I'm sure there is an Egyptian community here, but this is a very big city. I wonder, I'm sure he could find some conservative Muslims, but I don't think it will be the same. So I think it will be harder for him to be here, and especially interacting with women that aren't his wife. And I wonder how much he will venture outside his own community. It'll be very interesting.
I just Googled the New York and Los Angeles area have the largest Egyptian immigration populations, 40 to 20,000 respectively.
He'll be fine.
So yes, he can find. Just a Google. There's the House of Egypt. There's all this shit. So yeah, he can
House
find
of
stuff.
Egypt.
Yeah, that's what it says. I don't know.
House of Egypt.
That could be his ball house
of Egypt Eleganza.
Miss Mood.
Licorice wrist.
It's true.
They're very thin, y'all. He would make a gorgeous drag queen.
A gorgeous drag queen.
So, little wasp waist.
I don't think it's going to happen. Just the image of her standing there at the airport, staring blankly, holding that sign.
Y'all, our sissies spotted her. They spotted her.
I did.
And she was spotted at the airport when it happened. And when we saw that, we're like, yes. Then the DV thing happened, and we were all like, well, fuck.
Don't you always get a little sad when you have to look at Tom Bradley International Terminal? That terminal is
it's hell.
Poodle and I had to go in there once,
hell.
And it was is that when we missed our flight and we had to go back?
Yeah.
It's
hell getting over there. Decent food though. They have a Centurion lounge.
They do. Bougie bitch. All right, Ashley and Manuel. I love the way this started. This was hilarious to me.
In the spinning class?
Yeah, but Manuel just going,
woman is trying to kill me.
She's trying to kill me. And we're like, is she doing a spell? Is she doing magic? Bruja? What is happening?
So, y'all, she is spinning, and she's been married. They've been married for almost a year now. And
she said married for a year.
Yeah. And he's like, I liked how you are strong when you're doing that. She's like, oh, very Darcy.
Y'all, if you're new to this couple, they like fucking.
If you're new, you may want to. I'm sure there's on YouTube a compendium. You need to understand how these people work, because they were some of the most talked about couples. They were probably one of the most talked about couples last season.
I love watching them.
I do too, for what they give us. I do also find them exhausting.
I mean, I think what person on this reality, on the 90-Day franchise, is not exhausting?
I don't know if I'd say that.
A lot of them are.
Yeah, but not everybody. I say her specifically because she puts so much energy out there, and it just requires a lot of energy to watch. It's unlike let's say it's unlike, I'm trying to think, like we were just talking about by Kobe and Emily. It's not that.
Okay.
I would even
that.
say this is a different level. It's Ashley's personality.
Okay.
Yeah.
So an energy thing. I get that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. They're at a fair.
Yeah. And he says,
wow, that is the first time I said fair. And, you know, I'm not going to say it because then you'll start singing it. So it's fine.
What?
We can move on.
The State Fair?
That Templeton Rat song.
Oh. I don't think I know that rest of that song.
You don't remember that? You love Templeton the Rat, where he's eating all the food.
Song?
A fair is a fair. Now you've got me singing it. Smorgasbord, smorgasbord,
smorgasbord song.
Lordy, you got the idea for our smorgasbord tier, I think, from that song.
From Templeton the Rat, yes.
What happened? Did we switch?
I'm just tired. So, y'all, they're talking about, she's like, Manuel is a closed book, and I need to open up every page of that book and ask what everything means. And at the fair, her family, Mom, Stacy, Sienna, and Sam, who I don't know if we've met before. Have we met the brother Sam?
The brother-in-law. That's Sienna's boyfriend.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Manuel's like, I kind of get stressed with the family because they're speaking English all the time. And she's like, well, you could learn English. And he's like, well, I could have my patient wife help me with English.
I like that now that what I'm going to like about this season. They know, I think they both know now that each other loves the other person and cares for them. And at least this point in their marriage, both of them want to work it out, to have things work out. Both have their own stubborn ways of doing it. So I feel like, and maybe they'll be less exhausting this season because it's not going to be like, do I want to do this? Yeah. And it'll be kind of weird watching it though, because it seems like a big plot point's going to be her and her family not knowing about his kids. But y'all, if you don't remember from the 90-Day Tell-All, Sean Robinson finally resolved that.
Yes.
She finally got something done and they had a resolution. So it kind of feels like a moot point.
Well, yeah. And I think this was filmed before that.
I'm surprised they showed that.
One of the problems I want to speak to your point about, will we find them? Will it be okay because she think that they know that they love one another? I think everything depends on how much he tells her and how much and by telling her things, he validates her. I think she's going to consistently question whether he actually loves her.
Okay.
I just think that's her. I feel like being in a relationship with Ashley means her never being sure. I feel like she can turn on a dime, because I don't think she'll have good days, and the next day she's like, it's very not to this extent, but it's the Chelsea-itis of Love Is Blind. It's like you tell him enough, and then she starts thinking about one thing. She's like, does he really mean this? Does he love me? It just goes from one thing to the next. I don't think any amount. Now, the problem is this man is very secretive.
He is very secretive. That's that is.
I chalk up a lot. I chalk up a lot of that to culture, because it's basically like, it's my business. I don't have to tell any woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it is when you're with a woman who is quite American, like Ashley. I don't know if you.
He should marry you. You would never want anyone's children to know about you.
He and I would be a perfect couple.
You don't want their children to know about you.
Not sharing anything. Oh, what a dream. He goes and does what he does. I do what I do. We bang it out.
He comes he walks up to you and he says, I'm mad at you. And you just drop your pants and bend over, and then it's fine.
First of all, he wouldn't. He wouldn't have to say. I would say, I'm mad at you. Actually, we would have zero conflict. I can pretty much guarantee you there.
Yeah.
So mom. I think mom is Stacy. Her mother is going to be the big pot stirrer because she's like, well, he needs to go down there and introduce you to his children. And I'm like, please, can we not say this when he's around? Because I know he doesn't understand it, but it feels demeaning.
Gross. It does feel demeaning when he's around, and they're like, he's not going to understand.
Ugh.
And Ashley says, I even feel like he is hiding his kids from me. And Stacey says, which, the mom's going, she's like, what else is he hiding? Do you want us to get a PI? And Sienna.
Oh, no.
The Sienna's, you can tell, we could tell this last season, y'all. Sienna is the calm in the storm for this.
She goes, we're spiraling at the moment. Because y'all, we're this close from going into family Chantel territory. We're this close.
This close.
Sienna's the only thing keeping us.
I'm telling you now, if they get a PI and if it is Robin
Martinelli,
who y'all is on the family Chantel, the season we are watching, season 1, and we could not be happier.
I don't think it's going to come to that. I think mom is prone to hyperbole and overreaction.
I think that. I just figured it out. I like Ashley's mom a lot. She seems like she really does care for her daughter. But I think that's where Ashley inherited her dramatics from. And I think meaning so in that mom, that was how they saw one another, is they would both like yell at each other or spiral or go nuts. And so that was like, oh, Ashley learned at a young age. That's how someone sees me and validates me is when we have, and that pattern is being recreated with her and Manuel for her.
No, it makes sense. It's just, God, I would be so tired if I were Manuel. It's just, ugh.
Y'all, whether you like it or not, how you treat people in your relationship is usually direct. If your parents raise you or are involved in your life, it's usually directly related with how they raised you, whether it was what you got or what you didn't get.
Not my experience at all. Not at all. They later on,
not mine either.
They're like, so when are we going to go down there? How can we? When are you going to meet your kids? He's like, well, right now there's a lot of stuff going on in Ecuador. Again, Manuel, master of understatement. I believe there is. I don't know if there's a civil war, but there is.
Wasn't there a coup? Or
I believe there was a coup.
The military. I don't think Ecuador is really safe. It's not a good place to be. Right, a good place right now. River, I don't want to go to Ecuador with you, River. Don't think so. Oh, are you looking it up?
I am looking. Like he's like violence, heightened risks for school children.
Oh God. It's
the state of emergency is going on right now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's hardline policies from the president. So it's let's just say waters things are shifting quickly down there.
He's lucky that he got out.
Yeah, a lot of it said Ecuador is in gang violence. Yeah, it's a little cut dicey right now.
Yep. Yeah.
That's tough.
That's terrible. And that's traumatic.
Right now, I'm going to do a corner because none of this is scary because the Traitors has ended, and before the winners. This, by the way, I'm going to say this now. By next year, maybe even by the end of this year, every streaming service will have rolled out some type of reality competition show with former reality stars like the Traitors, because the world has gone insane from it.
And
have you?
Yeah.
Do you even realize? I knew you haven't been watching the show. Do you realize what a huge hit the Traitors?
No, I do realize that. Yes.
the biggest season 2 especially. It became Thursday nights became appointment television for things like Twitter. It's all anyone was talking about.
Yeah, it's a big show.
And I guarantee you every streaming network is going to have its own version.
Well, E has House of Villains.
Yes, but I said streaming network.
Oh, streaming.
So that's what I'm going to say. Netflix is going to get one.
Yeah.
Prime will have one. I promise you. Listen to me now. This is something the other networks are going, fuck you, Peacock. What? Suck my dick.
Maybe Netflix will do one with Love Is Blind people.
That brain trust. But the thing about it is, it's not about, like, you had Pilot Peter from The Bachelor, who kind of was this smug, self-righteous, I'm a faithful to the end. I was kind of surprised. I was like, well, he's taking people down. The longer he was in the game, I despised him because I wanted him gone, because it was all like, I'm a faithful, and it was all putting like faithfuls as good and the traitors as bad. It's a game. No one's good.
No,
you're all bad.
Kevin Kreider is good. I hope he did well.
Oh, he was so dumb.
Oh.
He was a faithful too, but he wasn't.
He didn't win.
No. MJ from Shaws of Sunset was there for a very long time. Again, it all came down to the final 3. They did bring Kate back again, and Kate Chastain, and as a faithful. But it was, this whole season was Phaedra Park's show. It was the quotes, the Aiken Sue quotes, how she would act at breakfast. We're going to look back and say, I lived in a time where I saw Phaedra Parks on the second season of The Traitors.
Oh, wow.
It was that good. No, the things that she said, and when she said to Bachelor Pete, she's like, Peter, and the way she would say it, this is The Traitors. I don't have to kiss your ass to get a rose. It was such great quotes. And there were some decent villains on it as well. My girl Parvati, unfortunately, did not make it further. I think if Dan hadn't done such a bad strategy in the very beginning, Big Brother, Dan Giesling from Big Brother, the traitors that were chosen were Dan and Phaedra, and then they chose another traitor who was Parvati from Survivor. And I think Dan led them down the wrong road, and I think Parvati could have gotten away from it. But it's interesting how good Dan was on Big Brother did not translate. The people who do well at this show seem to be the people on the challenge, because they're physically abdo, and they don't want to lose the challenge people, because they need to win money. So it's like CT did very well. Johnny Bananas was considered too much of a threat, so he got kicked out really quick. Trishelle actually played a decent game, even though she was the one who got Peppermint out first, which really was awful. But Trishelle, she at least made big moves in the game, and so that's why the final 3 was down to Trishelle, MJ, and CT. And you're supposed to like throw something in the fire if you think they're more traitors, and they knew MJ wasn't a traitor. They knew it. They knew she was a faithful, but they basically had to deal with each other. They weren't going to share the money with her, and so she was very pissed off on the reunion, which understandably. And people are saying, well, they were just greedy. I'm like, but when you think about it, for gameplay purposes, yeah, MJ did nothing. Should they have shared the money if they did all the work? It's like the little red hen.
That's why Poodle needs to be on Big Brother.
Should she have shared her bread with MJ if MJ did not help her make it?
It's why you'll be good on one of these shows. That's what, mark my words.
I only want to do Big Brother so I can be on the Traitors. I want to do Big Brother so I can destroy all of them. And I want to go on the Traitors so I can destroy all of them.
What if Kate Chastain was on the Traitors again? Could you destroy Kate Chastain?
In a second. It's a game.
You love her so much. I don't know.
It's a game. It's a game.
I don't know. Those hot guys, if they're shirtless, you get distracted.
We can be friends at the end. It's fine.
I don't know if a straight man gay baits you.
That is difficult. Let me just tell you one little thing about the regime too. If you're not watching it, you may hate it. It's Kate Winslet and Matthias Schoenaerts, who's a Dutch, who's so hot. We're supposed to imagine this is some Central European country, and Kate Winslet is the chancellor.
Is it modern day?
Yes, but you actually don't know. But there's been some unrest in the country, and there's been they've recently they put down some kind of protest through military might, and so everyone's a little scared. And Kate Winslet is deliciously evil and crazy as a shithouse rat. And the piece is people are saying there's no one to like in it. And the guy who wrote it's one of the people from Succession. I mean, honestly.
Oh.
But it's absolutely incredible. And it's beautifully shot. The people, Andrea Riseborough is kind of like the housekeeper, kind of like the chief of staff who's keeping everything running. She's kind of the only good force in it, and everyone else is just a political cog. And we're going to see how everything goes wrong. And y'all, whether you might be uncomfortable with it, but you need to look at a show like this and say, this shit happens, and we're not that far from it. So vote in November.
Vote in November.
That's all I'll say.
Wow.
Gino and Jasmine.
Wow.
I'm saying give the regime a shot. If you love prestige television, if you love Kate Winslet, if you love costumes, if you love just kind of fantasy television or anything political.
So if you're gay.
If you normally like the stuff that I like,
if you're a pretentious gay, you're going to like this show.
Yes, you will.
This was great. To see Jasmine in this swimsuit, in the USA swimsuit, bitch knows what she's doing. This is Gino's dream. And he's wearing his
big old boobies.
By the way, you need to go on Amazon and buy a captain hat. If you don't think you're going to buy a captain hat. And what I love, it's not a captain's hat. It
just says
captain on a baseball hat.
I don't know if I can find that.
Oh, yes, you can.
I think you can only find that at a bait store because they don't have a real captain's hat.
Oh, maybe. I literally found the hat. It's $18.99.
Perfect. They are on their honeymoon in Michigan because Gino says we spent too much money on the wedding.
Yes.
So are they on a pontoon?
I love it when she's like, Gino, I want to be on a yacht. And he's like, what?
I want to yacht. She's like, yacht. And she's like, you mean a yacht?
And she's like, and he's like, I like this boat. And she's like, it's a dump. Y'all. And then they cut to the pontoon boat. I laughed hysterically because
I did too.
This is the reality TV version of Goldie Hawn and Overboard that we all wanted.
This is the version of Overboard. It's the one that we deserve.
It is.
And she's like, Gino, let's make a baby right now on this boat. And he's like, it's kind of
lay down, Gino. Lay down in the boat. The waves will help your penis get inside me and make that baby.
What about tonight? When we're camping, and she's like, did you bring the blue pills? Take three. Good.
No.
Y'all, his dick's gonna be hard for hours.
But she wants multiple orgasms from him.
multiple
As he's funny,
orgasms.
she's like, Gino, give me the baby. You smell so good. Your sharky nose, your piranha teeth, your semen. Now,
Stop. The idea of of people just throwing around talking about blue pills, like Jasmine just talking about it constantly. I don't know if we've had this on reality television before, because it was such weirdly the idea of women's birth control. We've had it in our mind a lot, but the idea of men who may be vulnerable to having ED.
we've talked a little bit about that, but not much. You're right.
But Jasmine has brought it to the forefront.
90-day game. This is why, and y'all, what we realized as Chelsea thinks she looks like Megan Fox, Gino thinks he looks like Bruce Willis. And actually, I kind of see Gino looking more like Bruce Willis than Chelsea looks like Megan Fox.
Yeah, I could see it. I think
No, he is handsome, but I just love that. This is his diehard life. Now, you lived in Michigan. Have you ever
Yes.
been on a lake in Michigan?
I
Okay.
have been on. I've been on Lake Michigan. I don't know where they
So
are.
what? I don't know. I mean, I could give y'all plenty of ideas if you wanted to honeymoon in Oklahoma.
Lake Murray.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, maybe even Lake Texoma up in Tulsa, Broken Bow. But what?
I think are these both man-made lakes you're talking about?
They're all man-made lakes.
I agree.
Oklahoma's the most man-made lakes in the country for the state. Doesn't matter if they're man-made or God-made. They're there. That's what they would tell us. And now, what would you do for a honeymoon in Michigan? What kind of honeymoon ideas can Michiganites do?
I think you go up to I never did a lot of vacationing. I mean, you could go to like the lake. You could go to Lake Michigan. And kind of like where that is and be there. I think some people go to the UP, the Upper Peninsula, like camping and things like that. But
So kind of what they're doing.
I don't know. Yeah, I think there's a lot of it's a very outdoorsy state. It's hot as fuck
For
in the
only
summer,
4
too.
months of the year. Is it outdoorsy in January?
No, absolutely not.
No.
Yeah, it's outdoors. It's outdoorsy for like I would say April, May, June, July, August, September for 6 months.
Is it like, when my mama...
April's still kind of cold,
It can be cold. There can be a snow. When my mama lived in Minneapolis, they actually, a lot of people did do winter sports there a lot. Did they not in Michigan as much?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Y'all, Detroit, we'll be heading there.
We will.
In April, actually. What if it snowed in Detroit?
God. I swear to God, if y'all give us one of those. The worst feeling. I remember that happened once. It was just like people were already out. It was like 45 degrees and everyone was already out like in bikinis and shit, sunning themselves because that's what you do in kind of cold climates after the winter. It's 45. It hits like 45 or 50 and everyone just takes off all their clothes because that's hot. That's warm to them. And we had a snow like that weekend. We dropped like 7 inches of snow.
Oh God!
Us. And people were like crying. It's a horrible
College
feeling.
sounds great for you.
It was great.
They show a lot of flashbacks, the visa approval and all that kind of thing. Gino says Jasmine's overprotected or is a jealous person. She says overprotected. And that it's gotten worse since she came here. But it's just Jasmine has so many good ones. Like when she holds up the ring and she's like, "He got me a ring. It's a diamond. I tested it."
Y'all, later on, they're at the campground, and she's like, "I have seen places like this, and someone always gets murdered." And I will say, the outdoor showers that look like porta potties gross me the fuck out.
I just got 3 vagina infections. Y'all, we're not making this up. She said it
No,
all.
she said it all.
I don't want to do. This is what I'm saying. Y'all sissies, don't come at me if you like to camp. You love camping. You glamp. You have a Rivian. You do that type of camping with the tent on the truck or the whatever and all.
What's a Rivian?
Rivian's that electric truck. One of the things of what it's the selling point of it, it's like you can, if you have a Rivian, it's kind of an amazing electric vehicle for camping.
Oh,
That's kind of what,
I see.
So I don't care.
I'm not familiar with the electric truck system in this country.
Well, I'm just gonna say that I don't care what you call it. I'm not gonna fucking do it. I hate camping. I don't want to do it. I don't care if it's in Yellowstone. I'll do a cabin, and that's it.
I'm just always amazed that y'all never.
My dad
did.
hated it. So did my mom.
Oh, I see.
They don't want to go somewhere where you can't shower.
Oh, I grew up with a father who loved outdoor stuff.
You know,
Yeah.
The thing is that I think I see the beauty of it because you connect with the outdoors. However, my dad said, why do I want to go with a tent and sleep on the fucking ground like a poor person when I work my ass off every goddamn day in that 100-degree heat? I want to be in the fucking air conditioning watching the show.
I see, because of trauma.
Because of trauma and because he was just hot. Because it was hot a lot and he was working outside.
I get that. It's not my favorite thing, but there are some like fond memories. I
do think there actually is something
camping.
beneficial about instilling the outdoors in your children and things like that.
Yeah, I still love swimming, and I still love going in the ocean. I still love hiking. I still love camping out. I really respect the woods and stuff like that. Yeah,
I like the woods.
Yeah.
I do. I'm like Natalie. Trees are relaxing to me.
You are a little worried anytime someone goes off the path, though. You're like you're worried someone's going to come jump out at you.
I know. I want to hike more, but especially now that I'm single, I would hike by myself, which I'm fine with doing, but I'm scared. I'm fine doing it on my own, but then I'm scared to do it on my own because I've seen too many TikTok videos of people getting attacked by a bobcat or a bear. What would I do?
Okay. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in like Griffith Park. So you need to.
What if I saw a bobcat? I don't know how to make myself big.
You know what? They are more afraid of you.
I don't know. I get scared.
Even bears. Not the ones at the Eagle.
Yeah.
They're
not afraid of anything. Those bears, they will ravage you in the urinal trough.
God. She says, I don't like camping, but I need Gino and his fish.
Yeah.
Assuming she means
because I'm ovulating. So they check in, and they're checking in the hotel, and the ones that, you know what? I think we're just gonna do it here. I think it's time. We're starting it off. Hey, I think it's time for a reality gaze theater.
I didn't write any of this down.
Oh,
so
you know what this is. We're going to start the scene, and we're going to start the scene of Gino and Jasmine checking into the camping lodge with the Michigan woman. This is, you know her well, Poodle. You know her well. What's her name? Let's give her a name.
Lenore.
Okay. Poodle will be playing Lenore and Gino. I'll be playing Jasmine, and then we might skip that scene and move later on towards that night by a campfire. If all right,
okay.
And action.
Hi there. Welcome to Sky to Eye in the Sky campground.
Where in the sky? Whose eye?
God.
Oh,
he's watching you.
Jess, we are. This is my husband, Gino.
Jasmine. You don't have to introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello. We are here for camping. We are camping. It's because my husband's too cheap to take me anywhere.
Oh, so you can really experience the wonder of the outdoors here.
Oh, really? What can we do here, Lenore?
We got you can go and you can swim in the crystal clear
Uh-huh.
lake. You can take one of our there's warm showers,
Yes.
there's actually warm
Yes, I
showers.
saw. Has
You
anyone
can,
gotten a
you can
vaginal infection from the showers, Lenore?
not this week. You can feed. There's little chipmunks. If you go out to the
Chipmunks?
I love
Gino, is that
chipmunks,
what you call my
Jasmine.
coochie? A chipmunk, Gino.
This is a religious place. I don't want to talk about coochies.
I'm sorry. We are on our honeymoon. That's,
I'm so glad God
has
has
anybody
blessed you.
ever came here on their honeymoon?
Not many.
Really?
Mostly these are people who are here. It's a big place for tax evasion, actually.
Oh.
And people who are trying to get away from, subpoenas.
Oh.
So sometimes people just hide out here.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. One last question. Do you...
Don't tread on me.
I don't know what that means.
What I say.
You need to ask, do you have crocodiles in your lake? Crocodiles.
Cockatoos?
Crocodiles.
I think she means crocodiles. Oh, no crocodiles here. It is just strictly bass, some carp, some walleyes, maybe some minnows, and just nip at your tongue, nip at your toes there. You might see some squirrels, definitely some warblers, some shrikes, red-breasted sparrows. That's the bird I just made up.
Thank you. That is all.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good time. And we're off the grid, so don't tell anybody we're here.
Later that evening, Gino.
Jasmine, are you liking sitting here by the fire?
It is peaceful. It is beautiful and serene here. I hope it's putting you in a calm mood, baby.
It sure is. Well, you want a marshmallow?
Sure.
Here. Have a roasted. Don't put it down there in the fire.
Okay. Sorry, my marshmallow got so hot. It got so hot it caught on fire, Gino. Sorry.
Oh, you got a little bit on your nipple.
Let me blow it out. Whew. Do you want me to eat this creamy, melty marshmallow?
You're kind of eating it like corn. Oh my! You're gonna do it right there in front of me on the microphone. That's gonna really bother the people who have mouth issues, Jasmine.
It's so good. Gino, I'm going to eat that. I'm going to eat that marshmallow like you eat my asshole.
Oh, well, that's nice. I'm just glad. I think tonight we're only going to think about this tonight. We don't have to worry about anything else.
No, tonight we're going to think about babies. You're going to give me your fishy under the sea. Under the sea. Gino, I want your sperm.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Gino?
Can we go to bed later? I just want to enjoy the fire for a little bit. Let's just enjoy this moment right here.
Okay.
Because we've been married for a while. I just want to, just the two of us. We're here. We're in the present.
Did you take your blue pills?
I did. Can't you see? I'm pitching a tent right now in my pants.
Gino, my little cucucci.
So we're gonna be in the present. We're not talking about anything else.
Not anything. No, I just not going to talk about being pregnant and how stressed I am, and I'm definitely not going to tell you that I have a lot of trouble getting pregnant. I'm going to leave that out. But Gino, you should get a job instead. It's time for you to work.
But I just retired because I was trying to make sure you're comfortable.
You don't love me if you don't work. Gino, we need a bigger house. My kids are coming, Gino. You're going to put your fish inside me and make a baby. Where's a baby? Where is the, after the little fish, we get the big fish. Where is the big fish going to sleep?
I didn't really want to do any of this tonight. Can we not talk about the house? We'll talk about the house when you're pregnant. Okay.
I'll eat my marshmallow.
I'll eat your marshmallow.
Now we're talking.
Scene. She went from
Zero.
zero to cuckoo bird. That's what I love. And she knows what the cameras love. She's just so good.
She
in
does,
that way.
and it's also her. It is.
Yeah.
I will say, like, you wouldn't be better than me. I actually think I would be terrible reality TV because I don't let it go as well as you do. And I don't have a little bit of that justice warrior thing that you have. That's what's going to serve you well on Big Brother is that thing's going to kick up and like it's going to kick up your reptilian brain and it's going to override your sense of what are people going to think of me, and you're going to be yourself.
I guarantee you, once I'm in there for like 3 weeks, if I make it that long, the way I see it is if I'm on Big Brother, and I am applying this year, y'all. So just like, I am doing it. No, I'm going to apply, and a couple things can happen. I think I might rub a couple people the wrong way, a la Taylor Hale. And they get me out within 3 episodes.
You better stick to the end.
Or I'm like final 3.
I'm manifesting final 3.
Yeah. I don't. Final two is a crapshoot. You've got to line up so many.
I believe you can win it all.
I believe that too. But I've got too much strategy in my brain running of how I would do it. Yeah. I'm not a big. I know this is surprising to a lot of people. I'm not a very athletic person. But I will say I have a lot of endurance, and my will can override a lot of things.
Wait, are you talking about your sex life again?
That's obviously what I was talking about.
Both, actually. You have will. You said, you told me once, you said, it was out of the blue. I think it was actually on my birthday. You said, happy birthday. I'm going to live longer than you just by sheer will.
Yeah. And I really believe that.
There you go. That's the show.
That's the
show, everybody. Never mind. I was going to say, hopefully this will be a good season, but it won't be because people are terrible.
I will promise you one thing. There are going to be more and more bits and more corners, as there always are on Happily Ever After. And we usually wind up turning out pretty good shows because sometimes some of the stuff we do a lot of theaters
with Happily Ever After.
We do a lot of theaters and Happily Ever
After. And I think there will be lots of theaters this year. All right, everybody, that's the show. Go to, if you want to listen to the show ad-free, go to Reality Gaze, where you can find our Patreon, patreon.com/realitygaze, and or Supercast and Apple subscriptions. Again, Love Is Blind Reunion is dropped. Thank you thank y'all all for supporting that. And for you, I know a lot of people jumped on the RG Plus. So Seeking Sister Wife, Love After Lockup, and The Family Chantel. It's a great time for you to jump into our classless episodes.
On the
watch along with
level,
us.
Yes.
Again, shout out on the public show to Mary Sissy Detective for giving us. We recorded it. The Where Are They Now?
Copious.
Almost a 2-hour.
That Where Are They Now was almost
2 hours. So she's the queen. We appreciate her, and we appreciate all of y'all. Okay, that's it. We call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places, Poodle?
Yeah, and if you're north up at Canton, stop by and see us at Eye in the Sky Campground. But we're going to search you for electronic equipment and surveillance because we know how this government can be. Okay?